It is once again time. Before I get this Raw recap underway, let me just say I have noticed that a lot of you guys seem to have turned heel on me for some reason, and MTO alluded to that in his MTO Vision video. There's one person I do want to apologize to, and that's Ryan Ludwig. My man, I am terribly sorry. You know what? You're absolutely right. I should have never buried Rosa Mendez. So from the bottom of my heart, I apologize. To the rest of you, fuck you. Quite honestly, this WrestleMania, the WWE, is literally limping into this WrestleMania. So many fucking injuries. And not just to the talent via like actual injury. I'm talking about to the brains of creative, because they really just can't do anything with what they have right now. I mean, I understand that there's a certain point where you get so many injuries that it's hard to do stuff. But for fuck's sake, you guys are professionals that draw hundreds of thousands of people, millions to watch your shows every week, and you give us this dog shit every single week ever since Shane McMahon came back. So I'm pretty sure this is the only match that they've built in a decent fashion. Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. If Shane McMahon wins, he gets control of Monday Night Raw, which we can only hope and pray. And recently on this past episode of Monday Night Raw, the stipulation was added that if The Undertaker loses, then this will be his last WrestleMania. There's always that loophole, of course, of if Shane McMahon wins, he could just rehire The Undertaker, but not hard to imagine The Undertaker going out like this. The good thing about it is that it does make the match more unpredictable, and it adds another element to it. It makes it more exciting, which this is easily the least predictable WrestleMania match. So yeah, this is pretty much the only feud that I think the WWE has done a decent job in, even though they haven't shown up a few of these episodes of Raw. So the one I care about most after that, and it's actually like a big-ass gap between the two, is Roman Reigns versus Triple H. Now, I know I can understand why a lot of people couldn't give two shits about this match, especially seeing as how the WWE just doesn't seem like they're trying to get Roman Reigns over, because they're still doing this inconsistent thing where they book him like a goofy face one week and then this badass that can kick somebody's ass the next week. But it's still what I thought was really funny was this same Philly crowd that tried so hard, and you could tell these guys were just trying their fucking hardest, like they were booing their lungs out, the fucking 30 people that were booing them. These are the same people that were cheering for him when he won the championship in December. Anyways, the build to this match has been bad. I don't know. It just seems like they're not even trying anymore to make this feud interesting or to make it unpredictable, because it's clear as fucking day that Roman Reigns is going to walk out champion. And unlike last year at WrestleMania 31, I don't think there's a plan B. So look for the closing match to be Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker, because they are not going to close the show with Roman Reigns getting booed out of the arena. One thing that would be epic, though, is if, even though I like Roman Reigns, if Triple H wins and then Shane McMahon wins after, Triple H could be that underdog babyface trying to become... Basically, he's the new Roman Reigns. He's what Roman Reigns was in December. He's the underdog babyface trying to overcome the authority. That would be epic, wouldn't it? Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks versus Charles Flair for the Divas Championship. I thought the way that they set this up was really well done, even though it was kind of random to see Sasha just automatically thrust herself into the Divas title picture without... I don't even think she won a feud before coming in. You know that's funny, isn't it? All these people were saying that Roman Reigns wasn't ready for the main event last year because he hadn't really been in any feuds or won a feud. She hasn't really done anything on the main roster since being called up. I don't know, just saying. I like Sasha Banks, but that logic is kind of skewed. It's pretty obvious that Sasha Banks is going to win. I mean, Sasha Banks is Triple H's right-hand man. It's his hand-picked gem from NXT, and understandably so. She is extremely talented, but if you ask me, at least, I think the story here would be perfect for Becky Lynch to win the championship. I mean, she's been the underdog the entire time that we've been here. She's been looked upon as like the least relevant of the three, and yet, aside from Sasha, I think she's way more over than Charlotte. And the only reason that Sasha's more over than her is because of the smarks. But if you ask me, with casual fans that are actually like buying into the product and don't know about the backstage stuff, most of them actually like Becky Lynch better than Sasha Banks. So, I don't know. I mean, the way that this feud has been built, Charles is trying so hard to be the bad guy. I don't know. To me, Charles kind of reminds me of a worse version of Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins tries too hard to be mean, and it just seems like Charlotte tries 10 times harder to be mean. She's so bad on the mic, like, ugh. It's like, I hate you guys so much. Isn't that right, Dad? So, like, she just sounds so fucking scripted. It's irritating, and it just makes me want to choke her. And you could say she's doing her job as a heel to that extent, but I still fucking hate her. 6 Diva Tag Team match, and what's awesome about this is that it's the debut of Lana wrestling, which is incredible. I think it would have... I would have preferred it be a one-on-one match, even though it's smarter to keep her out of it because she's inexperienced in the ring. Anyway, just seeing Lana do wrestling moves, I feel like she's going to skyrocket into my number one favorite diva, because right now that spot has been up for grabs. It's been up for grabs since March 31st, 2015. So, Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. The thing here is, it's not necessarily that the feud is being built up badly. What's supposed to make me believe that Dean Ambrose can beat Brock Lesnar? Is it because he almost beat Seth Rollins? He almost beat Triple H? He almost won the Royal Rumble? Or is it because he beat Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship? This is what the WWE fucks up with. They're fucking this up with the Wyatt family. They're fucking this up with Dean Ambrose. They think that because the internet has risen and because kayfabe is dying, that wins and losses don't actually matter. I do like how they've tried to they had Mick Foley and Terry Funk kind of endorse Dean Ambrose before his match with Brock Lesnar in a street fight, and I heard they're going to bring back the Sandman to give him a kendo stick. The thing that pisses me off is he's probably not going to use any of these, weapons inside the match. He's definitely not going to use the chainsaw, and if he is, it's going to be this stupid little fucking kitty running around the ring thing where he's chasing him with a chainsaw, because there's no fucking way he's going to touch Brock Lesnar with that thing. And that's about it. I mean, Brock Lesnar is so overprotected. There's no fucking way that Dean Ambrose is going to win at WrestleMania. Ryback versus Kalisto is so hilarious to me, because it really seems like Vince McMahon did this to stick it to the internet. You had an actual feud there from NXT with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, yet you make it a multi-man ladder match for the belt. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have Ryback versus Kalisto for the U.S. Championship in a one-on-one match, in a match that doesn't make any sense. So this is really like Vince is trying to stick it to the internet, because he just did not want to see everybody happy with Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. And he wanted to see his guy win the U.S. title in Ryback and walking out in a one-on-one match with the belt. You know what, Vince? I fucking love you, Vince. Just please, never die. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. As much as it pains me to say this, MTO actually makes a decent point here. He told me this is like Paige versus AJ, in the sense that these are two people from the internet that the internet just loves, but they just don't click well. It's kind of like Wyatt versus Jericho as well. It just doesn't seem like they just mesh well together. And their feud is flat, no one cares, and there's a million matches to it. This is like you're watching porno, and this is like the 5th fucking movie you watch, and this is the 5th nut that you bust. All right, we're at that point in this feud. The Usos versus the Dudleys. Congratulations, WWE. You bring back the greatest tag team of all time, and within 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, nobody can give a shit about them anymore. I really think that the creative team is a fucking cancer to anybody that they fucking touch. Literally, they've been fucking everything up. Usually when John Cena gets injured, the creative team steps up their game. Now it seemed like when John Cena got injured, they said, oh, fuck this. We're taking our ball and going home. So I don't fucking care about this match. I don't care about this feud. Even though I like both tag teams in this feud, this is just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. It's like AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho now. They haven't even had any matches yet. That's how bad this pairing is, and that's how little I want to see this. Why the fuck is Kane a part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? Why the fuck isn't Kane involved in the Shane McMahon versus Undertaker feud? Kane has history with both. What's the point of having Kane in this match? Oh my fucking God. I cannot stand this fucking stupid direction that they always take Kane in, because what he's done recently doesn't make any fucking sense. I just don't care about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I don't think anybody does. I don't think nobody has since WrestleMania 30. I stopped caring about it as soon as Cesaro threw the Big Show over the top rope, honestly. The League of Nations versus the New Day. 4 guys who were put together randomly. They've been booked horribly. Like, the fucking Social Outcasts have been booked better than them. They choose the worst guy in the group as the leader. Make him the WWE champion. Nobody gives a shit. The internet cheers for a guy that they can't fucking stand to beat him in a match. And now I'm supposed to believe that these guys can take on what's been the best thing about the WWE over the past year. I'm supposed to believe that not only can they beat them, but they deserve to be in this spot at WrestleMania. Get the fuck out of here. And I actually like Rusev. I like Wade Barrett. I sort of like Alberto Del Rio. I can't fucking stand Sheamus. So that's probably why I can't stand the League of Nations. But this is a waste of a New Day match at WrestleMania. Like, usually when you have a great thing going like the New Day, you want to make that one of the main focal points of the show. They can't do that because the League of Nations fucking sucks. Anyway, that's pretty much the WrestleMania 32 card. As you can tell, it sucks. I actually, believe it or not, I tried to stick up for it when one of my jobber friends tried to tell me that it sucked. And now looking at it on paper and talking about it in person, I can't help but agree with them because this is fucking terrible. Anyway, you can catch the WrestleMania 32 review. Most likely it'll be up with a Raw review unless something drastic happens. Like I die from boredom of that WrestleMania. Yeah, that's about it. Anyway, this has been the other guy with the TheMTOmarReviews saying yada yada yada, blah blah blah.